Hello everyone, welcome to game 2 of a replay, or sorry, game 2 in a best of 3 matchup between NightEnd and MorroW here on, Lost Temple. So MorroW spawning as the blue Terran once again, NightEnd spawning as the red Protoss, MorroW spawning over here at the 1 o'clock position, while NightEnd spawning over here at the 8 o'clock position. So this is going to be on Lost Temple. There are 4 starting locations, so it does open up for a little bit of a bigger map, not as much harassment, not as much massing, but we'll see how everything is going to really be changed here. NightEnd not using Chrono Boost in game 1, but still able to take it, and was a little discouraged by that. Whenever I see a Nexus get up to 100 energy, especially in the early game, that's essentially 40 units of time faster that a building or a unit could have been produced. So that's almost like one zealot that could have been produced on the field, or one additional stalker, one additional sentry, something along that line. Coming back over here, we have MorroW not walling off this front door, so getting a supply depot and looking to not build a barracks yet. So this is a very late strategy. Is he going for some sort of like 15 command center? That would probably be one of the strangest builds I've ever seen. No, not going for a 15 command center. Going for a barracks already. Barracks now being placed down over here. We'll see how that really is going to work out. Gateway already being warped in as well. So NightEnd going to be able to produce zealots faster than MorroW is going to be able to produce those Marines. SCV's off the line trying to chase down that probe. That probe, however, a little bit too fast. So Peppy the probe outrunning Stevie the SCV. And really just not a fair fight there. Rocket boosters versus, what is that, a single ion engine? I don't know, I can't really tell. Is that probe dipped in butter or what? Yeah, that probe is just so slippery, unable to really catch him anywhere. So that SCV trying to finally pull back. Marine now being trained up, secondary supply depot being built, along with an additional command center being upgraded to orbital command. I do not agree with this building of that supply depot. The supply depot doesn't need to be built just quite yet. There's going to be some time before he even gets past 19 food, and without an additional barracks to pump out units, it's not going to really be doing much. Earlier gas probably would have been a better choice. Or even a secondary barracks. STV now still dodging in and around through the space. NightEnd getting a single assimilator up, also getting that cybernetics core, going for a dual gateway. So MorroW needs to be careful, needs to mass up more units, perhaps get a tech lab, perhaps get a secondary barracks into position, and it looks like he's going for a fast command center instead. So 20 command center, trying to get that economic game and try to win the game economically. Warp gate, or the warp gate ability being researched over here at the cybernetics core, going to be upside down on food in just a moment. Needs to start producing or start warping in some additional pylons over here. So yeah, a little bit curious on how the strategies is in fact going to work. Zealot now chasing after that SCV. I believe the SCV Stevie is faster than the Zealot, so I'm not going to name the Zealots, only name the workers. And the SCV just still running around, just trying to pull back away. We have a single Marine activating this Elnaga Watchtower, keeping a good tabs, and we have 3 Marines down over here. More Marines being produced. So now going for a triple racks. So going for a triple racks mass Marines with that single command center. So the game is really going to focus a lot upon how sentries are used. If the sentries have multiple Guardian shields, then the sentry will in fact be able to push back and reduce the damage of those Marines from 6 to 4, which is essentially what, a 33% decrease in damage, and those Zealots will be able to just take up and soak up that much more damage. Warp gates now already being warped in, and now that Chrono Boost being left behind, and now warping in 2 additional sentries, again trying to mass up more energy. Zealot now going after that Marine playing ring around the Zelnaga Watchtower, and that Zealot is just chasing, and that is not a good fight, as 6 of his closest friends are now nearby and ready to push back any attack. Double command centers already in play, already producing mass reactors and a single tech lab. So it's going to be a mass Marine Marauder army without the medevacs, and we'll see how this is really going to work out. NightEnd sitting on 4 Zealots, 3 sentries, operating off of 2 gateways, and oh wait, no, 2 additional gateways down over here. I heard the warping or the warp sound. So yeah, going off of a 4-gate ability. So NightEnd once again going for the 4-gate and going to be able to mass a lot of units. Yeah, more pylons need to be warped in, perhaps one even over here as well, enabling him to warp in units much more quickly. A single Marine going to be seeing the afterlife very, very soon, as he's standing by that Xel'Naga watchtower. Down it goes. Pylon going to be warped in most likely right around here in order to be able to warp in some additional units. Very nice. Going to be able to warp in here and here as well. Marines sitting on that high ledge, and we'll see how that's really going to work, as NightEnd already hugging the left cliffside in order to be able to push back. And now we already have a large number of Marines coming in. So Marines and SCVs already ready to do a little bit of doing a little bit of preparation, trying to be able to warp or just push back any of those units. Sentries once again being warped in, and I'm a little curious on how that's going to work. The range of a sentry is in fact 5. I believe the range of a Marine is, oh, it's 5 as well. So those sentries should be able to focus down those supply depots without fighting back. MorroW really taking the Terran Turtle strategy to another level, operating off of 4 bunkers and massive amounts of supply depots, going off of massive amounts of reactor cores. This is the reason why he wanted to get that early orbital command. Taking a look at the army sizes, both players have 1,800 army, but I still think that MorroW is way too fortified in order for NightEnd to really push at this stage in the game. Taking a look at the income, however, MorroW also has 40 harvesters, so out mining NightEnd by nearly or more than double, almost triple. Marauders now being trained up, the stim pack being researched, perhaps concussive missiles soon to follow. Yeah, engineering bay also being built in. Most likely going to get weapons upgrade. When you have that many Marines and Marauders, those weapons upgrades are going to be very powerful indeed. So that single Marauder acting as that tank right there, 125 hit point choke point, 125 hit point wall, and now in comes this SCV. SCV scouts out this pylon. Marauder's going to come over with those Marines and then shoot it down. So NightEnd not going to be able to warp in any additional units. Sentries and Zealots sitting over here. Both armies are in fact split, so NightEnd may be able to get some sort of pincer attack. Probe now going to be heading out, taking a look back at NightEnd's base. I do not believe MorroW sees that. Yeah, he does not see the additional gateways on that lower half, so he does not know that he's still operating off of a 4 gate at this stage. Marines and Marauders still in position. Single Zealot activating this Xel'Naga watchtower as well. Secondary pylon once again being brought back in. SCV going to go ahead and pull back away, perhaps activate this Xel'Naga watchtower, try to keep track of what's going on around that map. Sitting at 102 army. Wow, this is very early in the game, and already MorroW sitting on a very large army. Coming back over here, I thought I heard a Marauder start shooting at something, but there's only 1 or 2 Marauders. Did that Marauder get a kill? No, perhaps a Marine got a kill. And in comes this fight right here. Large number of Zealots and Sentries. Two rows and almost 2 rows of Sentries and Zealots, and now Stalkers being warped in as well. In come those Marauders. Guardian Shield now coming in as well. Zealots trying to fight back here. Every single bunker shooting back. Marines were stimmed before they headed back in, and this fight is just not looking good for NightEnd. NightEnd charging into this for no real reason. Really needs Colossus or something else in order to push this back. A factory now on the wrong, just going to get taken down very easily, however. And now Supply Depot continuing this fight, trying to focus down some of those Supply Depots. Gonna probably supply lock MorroW if he's not careful. Stalkers have a range of 6, so those Stalkers should be able to shoot down those Supply Depots fairly easily. But running off of 5 barracks, 3 reactor cores, 2 tech labs, and now medevacs in the air. So it is going to be Marine Marauder medevac. A very nice strategy indeed. And now concussive shells has been researched. NightEnd just running headlong into a very fortified Terran position, and I do not know why NightEnd is even trying this, and NightEnd calls GG. That's probably one of the strangest games I've seen in quite some time. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Stay tuned for Game 3 in this best of 3 matchup between NightEnd and MorroW.